This week, inside the Galaxy. Before we preview the rematch of last year's MLS Cup, we travel back to the Pacific Northwest on that chilly November 22nd night at Quest Field. This time around, we take an all-access look inside that evening ahead of the Cup final. Before heading off to the stadium, the team gathered in the hotel for a team photo in their newly tailored suits. Directly following, they loaded the bus for the very last game of 2009.
Just thoughts on the way to the game as you start to realize as you drive in and drive up to the stadium that, wow, here we are, we're at the final. And that was exciting, seeing all the things going on around the stadium, and then to walk in there and to see the way the stadium was set up was pretty exciting.
From Seattle's Quest Field, the Los Angeles Galaxy are on the air. Tonight, the Galaxy face Real Salt Lake in the 2009 MLS Cup Final.
Going into a final, I think the team was fairly relaxed, and we came out well in the first half, and really I thought dominated the game.
Here come the Galaxy again. David's got Landon if he wants him. Donovan onside now, has a corner of the area, sends it back. McGee scores! 1-0 Galaxy. Mike McGee from Landon Donovan, and the Galaxy lead 1-0 in the 41st minute of play.
The Galaxy enjoyed a 1-0 lead at the break, but it was short-lived. 2 minutes into the second half, the momentum shifted on this collision between Omar Gonzalez and Donovan Ricketts, which we would come to learn broke Ricketts' right hand. Almost 15 minutes later, Robbie Finley would score the equalizer, and soon after, Ricketts would have to be substituted for backup goalkeeper Josh Saunders.
We are 1-1 in the 64th minute.
We just got caught on a classic field turf goal, on a wet surface with the ball just bouncing off everybody, and we needed to do what we did all year. When we had a lead, we hold on to it, and we weren't able to accomplish that. And I think as we went into the overtime and had to deal with the difficulty of the injuries we had, we were a little bit hampered in extra time because we had to use 2 of our substitutions on defensive plays and a goalkeeper, which kills you because you really want to have 3 fresh set of legs in field positions when you get into an overtime, and we weren't able to accomplish that.
It's gone to penalty kicks. We've played 120 minutes. We're tied at 1. Raimondo on his line. David steps into it, fires and scores. Mathis is next for Salt Lake. He'll fire and score, and we're tied at 1. Next up for the Los Angeles Galaxy is Greg Berhalter. Greg fires, he scores! Out with the reach of the goalkeeper, Nick Raimondo, who guessed correctly, and the Galaxy lead now 2-1. Saunders on his line. Finley gets the go-ahead, fires away and scores, and we're tied at 2. Here comes Jovan Kirovski for the Galaxy. Kirovski steps into this one with the right foot. He shot, saved by Nick Raimondo. And Salt Lake has the chance to take the lead here. Kyle Beckerman, the third shooter for Real Salt Lake. He gets the go-ahead, steps into this one, saved by Saunders. And here comes Landon Donovan for the Galaxy. Landon steps into this one, over the crossbar. Landon skied it into the seats. And here comes Ned Grabavoy. Gets the go-ahead. Grabavoy fires and scores. McGee, the goal scorer for the Galaxy here, trying to keep Los Angeles in this one. McGee gets the go-ahead. Steps into it. Fires. Scores. The last shooter is going to be Andy Williams for Salt Lake. If Williams scores, Salt Lake takes the crown. If Saunders makes the save, we go to sudden death. Andy Williams gets the go-ahead. Williams fires away, saved by Saunders!
I knew he was fatigued, and I tried to wait as much as possible to see what he was going to do first, because I mean, you could see he was cramping up through the last 2 overtime periods, and I was trying to be as patient as possible and somewhat read it. Got the save.
Penalties are like that, the people that step up are brave enough to step up. If you score, great. If you miss, then it's hard to take. But Josh done great, saving a couple. That's all you can ask of your goalkeeper.
All right, Chris Klein now to put the Galaxy back on top. Klein steps into this one, fires and scores! Saunders on the goal line. Wingard steps into it, scores! Edson Buttle gets the go-ahead here. He steps into this one, fires and it's saved by Raimondo! And Salt Lake now has the chance to win this one. Here comes Robbie Russell. Russell gets the go-ahead. Steps into the ball, fires, scores! And Real Salt Lake are the 2009 champions of Major League Soccer.
And it's sad because we had come so far and we had done so much and accomplished so much. I was thinking back at the beginning of the year what our goals were, and at that point the playoffs seemed a far reach. And then when you have some momentum, you do well, and you get to where we were, you're disappointed when you lose. But the realities is we probably weren't good enough on the day to beat Salt Lake, and it's unfortunate to not play our best on that day, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
I don't think I've lost a final for 20 years, so it's always difficult, but that's football. It happens, and you have to move forward and try and achieve what we achieved this season, next season, and just a little bit more.
That was last year, and so far this year, the Galaxy are 3-0 and looking for their 4th straight. RSL comes into the match having played 120 minutes in their U.S. Open Cup win against San Jose on Wednesday.
They're going to have some players rested, other players that had to log in some significant minutes. It's like everybody else, we're going to be placed in the same situation, especially in the last half of the season. So it's all part of it. Believe me, last year we don't even count anymore. We're going to see this year what our teams look like, matched up against each other. But certainly, they're a well-balanced team. They have good quickness and technical ability in the midfield, good pace, and dangerous guys up front. So it's a good team, well-balanced, a good attacking team, and certainly a team that can defend as well.
Pretty much the same as last year. Similar to us, they brought a lot of guys back, and they play really good soccer. They're fast, and they play together, and they play hard, and they play with a lot of intensity. Similar to last year, so it won't be anything we haven't seen out of them. As much as we'd like to say we're completely over it, I think we'd be lying. There's a little bad taste in our mouth, but having said that, it's a new year, and obviously our goal this year is to win it. So not too many harsh feelings.
This has been Troy Barty for LAGalaxy.com. Thanks for watching This Week Inside the Galaxy.